Club N17. Dino, City tomorrow. I think the big question is, what do we do? What are we going to be doing? Sitting back, or are we going to be going for it? Most likely sitting back, right?
It's got to be done, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be done. It's got to be done. I mean, when I was thinking about it earlier, I was thinking they really don't want to mess with our midfield, so they've got to go long, haven't they?
I can't see. You said this. We've had this conversation. No, I can't see it. I can't see Guardiola standing on the side shouting out, "Chuck it in the mixer."
No.
Can you?
He's not just going to go smash it down the line and chase it. No, but that is where the game will be won or lost, though, right? Because if Guardiola is stubborn and he's going to try and get his midfield to try and play through us, that's playing right into Mourinho's hands and playing right into the players that we've got in midfield, into our hands.
I agree, but that is what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Like I found that was one of the criticisms with Pochettino. I think when we couldn't pass through teams, it become like inevitable within 10 minutes that we weren't gonna, and we persisted with that for the whole game.
Yeah.
And I used to think, like for instance, when we had Llorente, I think if they're that deep, why don't they just put Llorente on, just drop a few balls into Llorente and run off of Llorente? What if he causes a problem? They soon have to push up and it will fuck up their plan. Like, and what you're saying makes sense, like tactically, doesn't it? Like what you're saying is Guardiola is going to struggle to get through our midfield. So why don't he bypass the midfield and play into the forwards? But he won't. There's no way he's going to do that.
I know.
No way.
And I think
he didn't do that.
We're actually quite adept at defending when other teams try to attack down our wings, because we do create overloads of players on our side quite well. Like, for example, with Arsenal.
Have fucking wingers as defenders.
What our wingers are defenders, exactly. Well, I don't know. I don't know how effective they're going to be because of because of the game we're playing, who we can choose to be our wingers. Because I don't think it will be Bergwijn. It will most likely be Son, or I'd hope it will be Son and Lamela, because we've got to go for 4-3-3.
He might go with Bergwijn, though. He might go with Bergwijn.
It is Mourinho, isn't it?
Mm.
So I guess, you could always use the excuse, Lamela played for quite long on Wednesday, so why not bring Bergwijn on? It might be a bit fresher, plus he gives you that defensive impetus. So, yeah, if you're looking at it cold like that, then, okay, it's not a bad decision.
I think Mourinho was asked about Lamela. Something I read today. I didn't see the press conference, but I'm sure I read that he said he likes Lamela. Like Lamela will play, like when he can, basically. Probably a dig to some players that don't play when they can. I'm guessing that's normally how Jose works, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think he used Lamela to snidely criticise Ndombele last season, didn't he?
Yeah. And he's using it.
Yeah, I would imagine so. See, he might play. I hope he does play. He was the best player in the Chelsea game. I thought he'd come on. I don't think he was just our best player. I think when he come on, he was probably the best player on the pitch when he come on against Chelsea. Yeah. And then, he's been playing. He's been playing well. Hopefully he starts. But him or Bergwijn, it's going to be more about defending than attacking anyway, isn't it? Which he can do. So I don't think there's much in it between the two. I'd prefer him because I just prefer him as a player. I think there's a little bit more to him than Bergwijn.
With that being said, with defence, that means, or we would think that Eric Dyer will come back in, right?
I would personally, wouldn't you?
Yeah, they have been the most solid defensive partnership that we've had, and they've spent the most time together. Even though we've been chopping and changing a lot, I think Dyer and Toby we've got the best out of it. Well, they're the ones who've performed the best for us as a partnership so far, and they've played together the most. But I think Poch and now Mourinho try to remedy whenever we're playing against somebody with pace, sticking Sanchez in there. And if there was going to be any kind of Mourinho curveball, it would be sticking Sanchez in there.
I wouldn't even say it would be a curveball. I'm half expecting him to play Sanchez, if I'm honest. I
Yeah.
honestly wouldn't be surprised if you played Dyer and Sanchez. Honestly, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what he went with. I'd be fucking gutted, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, Wednesday was a long game. Toby played for
Fucking
quite
hell,
a
right,
while
it was
as
a long
well.
game.
So, who knows? Who knows? Look, I've mentioned before that I think that we've got City's number. I still feel the same. I'm quietly optimistic about this game because I know that they're going to try and play for our middle. And I personally think that our midfield three will be better than theirs. So ideally, they should really be going long, but they
They're not
won't.
going to go long. They won't.
They need to bypass the midfield and get out our shaky defence, even if they were playing with Aguero up there. Expecting him to win aerial battles and everything like that. I think that's still the best way forward for them to go because those defenders have got a mistake in them. Our defenders.
Did you say their defenders got a
Our
mistake in them?
defenders. Our
I
defenders.
was going to say, fucking hell.
So I'm saying, just keep on lumping it in. Keep the pressure on them.
Right, this is the thing, yeah. I know what you're saying. What you're saying is right. I think that a lot of the time managers won't bypass the midfield because they're like dedicated to playing a certain brand of football. They won't they won't move away from that, whether it's working or not, right? And what you're saying is right to a certain extent, but I think what you're kind of missing is that the game's not going to be played. If you look at a football match, right, the game's normally played within only about a third of the pitch, right? And like in sections.
Yeah.
Like if you ever look, yeah. And within that third, like when you think about that sounds small, doesn't it? When you're thinking about the amount of space that's created. But when you think about that third, what you're saying is there's going to be a battle between their midfield and our midfield, and you're backing our midfield to come out stronger, right? Yeah, which I kind of like. I can see that where you'd get that argument from. But what's going to happen is that third. Yeah, sorry. That third is going to be moved down to a quarter because we're going to play so deep. So we're pretty much going to be playing from between the halfway line to the 18-yard box, yeah? With everyone behind the ball. So that little battle that you're talking about, it's never really going to happen. What it's going to be is it's not going to come down to a midfield battle. It's going to come down to whether or not they can pass through a million men. That's really what it's going to be. It's going to be 90 minutes of them passing, and hoping at some point we lose concentration. Not hoping, knowing that we will 100% at some point lose concentration in a couple of bits, and it's whether they can capitalize on that. That's what I think is going to happen. And if you was Guardiola,
form, but they can't do it because of the players we have. Our players only need to be on a 6, 7 out of 10 in order for us to beat them. If they do that, if City try to beat us in that manner, then we'll get at least a draw.
I don't know. Because what you're, I know what you're getting at, but our players can be playing at a 7 and 8, right? Like Wednesday, yeah. The majority of our team can be on 7s and 8s, like going forward, and it wouldn't matter because someone will do something fucking stupid.
I feel you.
Like, you're saying that Guardiola has got to work out a way to beat our midfield because we're going to win that battle. But there ain't going to be a battle made. Like, we ain't going to battle. We're just going to stick
I think they
behind.
just need to find a way to bypass it. Just forget about even trying it. Don't even bother. There's no chance.
But he will back his team to at some point break these lines. Like, he will.
Yeah.
Over 90 minutes, he'll be backing himself to break them lines.
Yeah. Agree.
And I fancy that he'll do it as well, don't you?
Well, he's going to. It's 90 minutes of football, so yes, he's gonna get through every now and again. But I'd be more worried if De Bruyne was on the pitch.
Would you less worried Wednesday because Rodriguez weren't on the pitch?
No,
And
but
Allen. And fucking, who else was they missing? Who's the other guy that we spoke about? The Spanish fella. They didn't even have their midfield out. They weren't even playing with a midfield.
no, but like I say, tactically, it was what they were doing together as a unit that was different. I mean, City will be doing their thing as a unit, but De Bruyne is such a superstar. He can do stuff on his own anyway. He can break the mold and do a signature De Bruyne through ball that no one sees coming. So
The problem is they've
that's
got
the main difference. Because I think what they've been doing, I think they've been rotating around sort of like the wingers. Because I've noticed that Gundogan's been kind of dipping into the middle and then going over to the wing.
he's been playing really well.
He has been playing really well.
Fucking really well. Foden smashing
We've got to
it.
watch his runs. That's what I'm a bit worried about that, because if we got Dyer there, we could get exposed a bit, because he does do deep runs. Runs from deep. I noticed that from one of the last game analysis from the last games, but they were saying that he wasn't getting balls played through to them. If Guardiola's worth his salt at all, then he would see these runs that Gundogan's making and demanding that people play them balls. And plus, with having Rodri back, those balls could be played.
Dave,
And if we do, Dyer's there, we're fucked.
I'll not just die. The only person you trust to track a runner out of our whole defence is probably Toby.
Yeah.
The rest of them, we see it the other day, didn't we? Sanchez didn't track runners.
Yeah, but Sanchez can sometimes recover. Not well, but he's got that in his lock. He's got a little bit of pace, so he can turn around and run back. But with Dyer, the ball will be gone, the man will be gone, a second will go by, and then he'll realise they've run past him, and then it's way too late. But look, I mean, I'm cussing, but like I say, I'm quietly confident about the game.
Part of your confidence comes from this "we've got their number" thing, though, doesn't it?
Yeah. All of it comes from that. There's nothing else I've got nothing else to latch on to be honest with you.
See, how I see it completely different to that. What I see is Spursy Spurs are Spursy against everyone most of the time at some point. The only team that haven't played Spursy Spurs are Man City. Spursy Spurs have never showed up against Man City. Like, even you remember way back to when Crouch scored at the Etihad when we qualified for the Champions League.
Yeah.
Like, that was so un-Spursy. Like, that was basically a cup final. Whoever won went into the Champions League.
Yeah.
And we fucking somehow won. No one could believe it.
Yeah.
Like, the Champions League quarter final, even though Eriksen done his best to play the ball through.
Yeah.
So was it Sterling?
Team. Yeah.
Was it Sterling?
Yeah. Just past it to him, didn't he?
Yeah. Even when we tried our best to be Spursy in that game, it didn't work, thankfully. At some point, we're in big games, right? You know for a fact there's going to be a massive error. So there'll be a penalty given away, a sending off, goalkeeper will chuck one in, an own goal, all the time, every time there's a big game. And I don't think I don't think Man City have seen that Spurs yet.
Hold up. Haven't they done us 4-0 at home in recent times?
4-0 at home. When would that have been? I can't remember that.
I seem to remember. We'll have to look back over, but I think they have. We haven't had completely win. I mean, we have done them most of the
I'm
games.
not saying we played well against them.
3 seasons. Sorry?
I'm not saying we played well against them, and we don't always beat them, but they haven't seen the clown show yet.
Yeah, the clown.
And we bring the clown show to every town in
this is
fucking
what it is.
Europe.
I've got it in my head that they have in recent times. I've got it in my head that they've slapped us at home. It might have been.
Yeah, they might have actually. I think you might be. I think you might be right there.
So, just trying to think if there was any other places where there'll be any curveballs, but we think it's going to be a 4-3-3, and I guess the other curveballs is Bergwijn or Lamela on the wing. Otherwise, we know who's going to be playing where.
Yeah, it'd be Sanchez or Dyer, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And then Lamela or Bergwijn. But apart from that, it's going to be Aurier, Toby, +1, Davies, Suzuka, Højbjerg, and Ndombele, Son, Kane, and then Bergwijn or Lamela. And that's fine by me. Stick literally fucking Suzuka and Højbjerg will play fucking next to the 2 centre-backs, won't they? Ndombele, the number 10, will be anchor. On the left wing,
you'll be our deep line. Our number 10 will be our deep line playmaker for sure.
Yeah, and that's what's going to happen. And hopefully we're dangerous on the break, and something might happen.
I'm just really hoping his Ndombele's power of recovery will be strong this weekend, because we are going to need him. Well, he's going to be doing a lot of running around, but we are going to need him on the ball trying to make things happen. And I'm worried about him being wasted for doing pressing alone, because Man City's players are technically good enough to evade him.
I don't even think it's going to be a game about pressing. I think it's literally just going to be fucking like Vikings with their shields up. Their shields up and their fucking swords out like this. Just all standing there around the box, yeah. That'd be Kane fucking bosh.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be, mate. There ain't going to be no running around. Man City have got to be, it's a mad one, because they're going to have all the ball, like 100% possession. And we've got to keep our concentration defensively, right? But as much as we've got to keep our concentration, they've got to keep their concentration, because Son is the Man City assassinator.
Yeah. Oh, that was the yeah. So go on.
He kills Man City and he loves it.
Yeah.
And he's missed like 3 sitters in the last 3 or 4 games, yeah. And he ain't missed like 3 or 4 sitters for fucking 2 years. So if he gets a chance, it's going in. Just law of Sonny averages. Like, fucking hell, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm thinking we've got a chance.
They used to call him the Dortmund killer.
Yeah.
And that kept on going even when he came to Spurs. So prediction-wise, I'm definitely saying that I'm going to go 2-0 Spurs. That's mental. I'm talking about talking about a clean sheet.
Do you know, this is the third.
This is going to make our channel's going to lose complete fucking credibility, but I'm going to put it out there. That's it. So Spurs 2-0 is my.
We ain't got no credibility anyway. We've done 3 of these, right? We've done 3 predictions, yeah, and I've laughed at every single one of yours.
Yeah,
that's been my reaction. But you got the first one right, didn't you?
I got the first one right, and now because it was a little bit crazy, I think the rest of my predictions are a little bit out there. I'll get sensible at some point during the season, I think. But I do think we've got City's number. and we're going to be playing defensive. If they're going to try and play through our midfield, then they might not even get to our centre backs too many times.
Do you know what? I've sort of started off the day. I probably started off this conversation just thinking that we can't defend when we're defending, and we can't defend when we're attacking. We're fucked. But I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I don't know. We have got a chance. We have. It just depends. What I think is, I think it looked like he lost the players, didn't it? When we was like playing 11 men behind the ball against Fulham, like no, everyone looked like they had the
Yeah.
And I think you'd have to be a bit of a knob not to realise if you was a player that for that game this is the best thing to do. I mean, it helps that they beat them like it, a few months ago.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
definitely.
we're going to be dangerous on the break. And fucking, there's got to be a game where our goalkeeper or our defenders ain't fucking up. It's got to be one game, isn't it?
So what are you saying then? Are you thinking this is a win? Are you starting to feel it in your bones?
I don't want to say yeah, because I've been adamant all week that this is going to be a fucking shit show. But I don't know, I don't know. I just feel like Kane's going to be... You've only got to give Kane a little bit of space. And all he's got to do is find Son once and it's a goal.
This is what I'm saying. It's already we're 1-0 up because Son will be on the pitch. Or not 1-0. We have one goal, shall I say, because Son's on the pitch.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know how mad it's mad about Son? If he gets the ball, if he gets given the ball and there's a player in front of him, right? I'm like, this is going to be a goal. If he gets the ball and he's kind of in line, not even gone past the defender yet, if he's in line with the defender, I'm like jumped up cheering 1-0. Like, and then I sit down and chill out. And the ball, before the ball's even gone in.
That's how
sick Son is.
Beat man.
Mate, he's so...
Beat man, goal.
It's a goal.
Yeah,
it's a goal.
I feel you.
Like, he's got to be one of the most clinical finishers one-on-one with a goalkeeper, like, in world football. He's got to be.
At the moment, clinical.
He's mad. He can shoot from everywhere, but actually one-on-one, you see, what was the game the other week? You see Sterling go one-on-one, and from the moment it come clear that it was going to be him and the goalkeeper,
everyone was like,
you could sort of see, like, the closer he got to the goalkeeper, the more his arsehole went.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Hansel and Gretel, he fucking left his arsehole all the way to the fucking goalkeeper. It's his arsehole. He fucking... But Son, like, if you think there's an inkling that he might end up getting one-on-one, you kind of like, I think we've scored there.
Yeah. Last time I felt that with someone that we got is with Harry Kane. So yeah, he's gone up another level,
Yeah.
hasn't he?
He's a better finisher than Kane.
He is a better finisher than Kane. So
they'll score. They'll score. 1-0. I'm going for 1-0.
Okay. 1-0, and we were talking from our last video about whether it's going to be defensive or attacking. I think we're both agreeing it's going to be completely defensive.
Yeah, and it has got to be. Like, you didn't want it, did you? It's not what you wanted. This is not what you want out of life. But you see what happened. Like, we got,
man.
Was you entertained Wednesday?
Hell yeah, I was entertained. That was the bollocks. That was a wicked game.
Fucking, the pissed me off.
Yeah, that's part of it. It's the roller coaster, man. Put your hands up in the air. It makes it better. No, I enjoyed it, man. I did enjoy it, and I'd rather.
I enjoyed parts of it
like that on the chin than playing absolute fucking dross, and looking completely clueless in attack.
I mean, yeah, because I know what you're saying. There's no saying that we wouldn't have gone defensive and we would have got beat 1-0 with one mistake and not look like scoring. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But if we open up against City, we're gonna get fucking Jesus Christ. We're gonna get slapped up.
But that is a yeah, it's a real possibility that we could get.
Sigurdsson tore us an arsehole.
Sorry, yeah, I know, yeah.
Sigurdsson, and he couldn't get in the Tottenham team when he was good.
They don't have any.
He looked
But
like
I
fucking
guess
De Bruyne the other night.
part that's to do is the positioning as well, though, because I don't think City play with like a 10, do they? They have basically
Not
two
really,
eights,
no.
don't they? They've got Rodri as a
Yeah.
4/6 and two eights in front of him.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that can play into our hands. That makes me feel better, actually. I'm still confident with my prediction. Bash the like and put some comments as well for what you think will be going down in the game. Any last words for the pre-drinks, Dino?
No, not really. I've got nothing to say. Because I've actually shocked myself that I've changed my opinion, and I think we might get something out of this game.
It could be. It's not written in the stars, but look, they've been on a massive long run. It's got to come to an end at some point, and they're coming up against us. They're bogey team in recent seasons. So let's hope that.
I'll tell you one thing that I was thinking. They put out a strong side, didn't they, in the cup?
Mm-hmm.
Have they got a Champions League game this week or next week? No.
Europe is back.
Because there's yeah, but I can't remember if they're playing. Because what I'm thinking, if they have got a game, would they rest some players Saturday? Because I know this is going to sound stupid, and everyone's going to go like you're talking shit, but they've pretty much won the league, haven't they? The league's done. The league is theirs.
You said it, mate. You are talking shit. But carry on.
They have won the league, though, haven't they? Like the league is done, finished.
No.
Well, who the fuck's going to win the league?
There's not 20 games in yet, are we?
They could probably have a month off and then still catch up.
I don't know how much they're leading by off the top of my head, but it's not more than like 5, 6.
Man United are the closest team to them, aren't they?
Yeah.
They ain't gonna win it.
United could drop off. City could drop off.
City won't drop off from here.
I think it's perfect timing for them to drop off after having such a long run of games without losses.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. They probably won't.
Did you finish your point, though? Did you finish your point, what you was going to say? Go on.
The point was that they might rest some players tomorrow. I think maybe I'm just fucking...
That I agree on. I think Guardiola's been guilty of doing that in the past, and that's where he's getting accusations of arrogance. But no, I 100% agree with that.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. See what happens tomorrow.
It is going to be nuts, man. Well, I'm going to be looking forward to it. So we will be back then after, Saturday evening.
You got the boys on, haven't you?
Yeah. So we'll get some reaction from them, and then we'll do the hangover on Sunday, yeah?
Yeah, we'll have that Sunday morning. Should we do a bit of that Sunday morning?
Yeah, that sounds
good. By the time I've dicked around, you might get that in the afternoon. For everyone's fucking waiting for it.
Why not, man? So, so Club N17, that was our pre-drinks. We'll catch you over the weekend. Mash the like, and please do comment anyway. We want to get involved with some conversations with you guys, and we'll catch you soon. Peace.